Oh, and I'm sorry, 1 second. Let me remind people that Augie's supposed to do the written evaluation, Kayla's supposed to do the oral evaluation. There you go, Kevin, sorry.
All right. All right, good morning, everybody. How many of you have tried your best at something and you failed? You tried your best to study, you learn it, and it just wasn't enough. You barely get there, and you fell at that one thing that you spent countless hours studying for. You get that disappointing feeling in your gut. You're like, oh, something got torn out of you. It's not a good feeling. I know for a fact that a lot of us have been there, and it all has to do with your mindsets. I know how that sounds, it's all in your head though. If you have that thought that I can't do it, or maybe I'm just not good at it, you're not gonna be able to do it. A lot of us have that certain mindset that maybe I'm just not wired that way. And it has some truth to it. A lot of us have been thinking from a young age, maybe in high school, when am I ever gonna use this in real life? It could happen for math. In my case, I am not good at math at all. I will try my best at it, and I'll barely get at the halfway mark. I guess it's because when I was in high school, I applied that same expression to my head when I was younger. When am I ever gonna use this? My first job, I thought, wait, nobody's ever asked me find the circumference of this burger. Like, that's how that thought process got put in me, and ever since then, it's sort of been weighing me down. It's like a mental block that prevents you from learning anything in that subject. A study conducted in Harvard has found out that if you have that certain mindset, you literally create a mental block that keeps you from doing that. It's sort of like rewiring your brain to like believe in something else, and that is what's preventing you from learning more. The way to sort of fix this is to have that can-do property values, I suppose. You just gotta believe, you gotta actually apply yourself. You gotta stop having that mindset that I can't do it, and you actually have to do it. You have to try your best to study, you have to try your best to do whatever you can for it. A woman named Amanda Crow made an article online that basically states the easy way to rewire yourself is to change your entire mindset, and you'll be able to learn anything from calculus to being in sports to being a sports star. You just have to apply yourself. Now, I know a lot of us have trouble with that. Some of us could be extremely good at something, and others just flat out bad at something. I know some of us could be very good at procrastinating, while others are just on top of the game. They're prepared like weeks before. When they come up to present or something, they're right up there, or you could just wing it like. And it is not a good thing to have that kind of mindset, guys. We all know that at some point in our lives, it's gonna affect us greatly. And we have to change that attitude before you get to that certain point. A lot of you are staring up here and thinking, maybe he's right. Maybe what I've been doing has actually been poisoning my mind, and I can see a lot of that is starting to clarify right now in a few of you, and it isn't so much as poisoning you as much as it's just mending your mind a bit. All you have to do is change that mindset, guys, and you'll be able to do it yourself too. We all know that from a young age, your parents would tell you, all you have to do is try your best, study, 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 and you'll be able to do it. But we all know that it's not always easy sometimes, and it's okay to get help if you have to. I know for a long time I had a thought that going to a tutoring or something like that would just make it look bad on me, when really it could have helped me in the long run. It could have prevented me from taking certain classes like Math 20 twice, Math 40 once. So in short, all I'm saying is try not to have negative mindsets, guys. It could always help you in the long run. Thank you.
Kayla, what did you think?
You generally have a thesis statement, but it was clear that you're going to be talking about mindset. You didn't really give us a preview of what you're going to be talking about, but you do a good job of engaging with the audience and you project your voice very well. And you had a few statistics, but not that many. But overall, I thought it was good.
All right, well, I think the description of the presentation issues was pretty effective there. I think you're right that he uses his voice well and he does seem engaged. I like that. At least you're thinking to yourself and you're trying to relate to the audience. You're not indifferent to what you're talking about. The subject is kind of ambiguous. I know that the idea of mindsets is it's one of those buzzwords that's going around right now on campus and trying to get people to change the way that they have their perspectives operating. And I think you give us a little bit of a description of what's going on there as a background, which was okay. The proof that any of this makes a difference is the thing that is, I think, particularly thin. There's not really anything. You make one reference to a website that you saw, and I don't have any idea whether or not that person is knowledgeable about this particular topic, Amanda Crow. The quote, the citation from the Harvard study was a little bit better, suggesting that there is, in fact, that this kind of barrier does exist. But like I said, showing us that we can solve it or do something about it, I think is problematic. So the information here is thinner than it needs to be. It's not necessarily clearly organized. I think that Kayla's sort of right about that, that the absence of a preview suggests that maybe you're going to be, I don't want to say winging it, but you're definitely not proceeding in as orderly a fashion as I think you need to be doing for a short presentation like this and one at the end of the term like this. The personal experience, I think, is good to use when you're explaining a subject and telling us why having a negative mindset could be problematic, but I don't think that that should be the only kind of evidence that you use, even though it is. Excuse me.
Bless. Bless. There's another one.
I think so. Maybe not.
Yeah.
Oh, is that frustrating? Okay. Anyway, like I said, I think that your personal experiences are a good way to maybe explain a subject, but they aren't necessarily the best kind of proof to advance an argument and convince people to act in a particular way, especially if your mindset hasn't been able to change on those math things, where you kind of are suggesting that you've defeated yourself, and you continue. There it is, to do so. All right, thank you.